A few moments later.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Sports Church right here on what is the last broadcast on VRR. We will be moving on and rebranding, if you will, once again. But welcome to this edition of Sports Church. I'm your host, John Crumry, a.k.a. Friar Mini. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS, IOEs. I'm a card-carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly, and soon to be a founding member of a whole new, brand new network and brand, more likely. Without further ado, I'm going to bring on the rest of my crew and kick this off. We have a lot to unpack in a short time to do so. So, first in, first up, he is the one, the only brother, Bishop Pook Dawg. He's also a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was his MOS as well, IOEs. He's been my friend for quite a few years. We served together at the beautiful all-inclusive resort known as 4th Area Las Pulgas in Camp Pendleton, California. Guest of the most holistic company in Marine Corps history, Ammo Company, part of First Supply Town, First Force Service Support Group, First Mar Div. Without further ado, my partner in crime, brother Bishop Pook Dawg.
That's why Mini is a brother Bishop Pook Dawg from the First Sports Church. Nothing but the truth, baby boy. What do you know about all kinds of crazy action, March Madness, upsets. What are your thoughts on all that, my man?
Well, I mean, we're gonna find out tonight, right? And then the brackets will be set. I've been thinking about this a little bit in a weird way, just because of NIL. I don't know if it's affected it as much as I kind of want to believe it has, but it's changed the equation across college sports, and it's changed the equation for basketball. You know, or has it? Because you have your blue chip teams like Kentucky always goes and gets the best recruits. But when's the last time Kentucky won a national championship? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a few years under Coach Calipari. Wins a lot of games, but it doesn't go there. And the trend over the last, in my opinion, the last 10, 15 years, or maybe longer, has been teams like, for instance, Villanova, who has a team who starts up as a freshman. They add on, they play together for 4 years. Maybe you add some new pieces in, but you essentially have a core of a team. You have a team. Guys who aren't there for one and done. You know what I mean? They're there for the 4 years. And those are the teams that have been winning a lot. And so with NIL though, and guys getting paid, I don't know. What I'm going to do is what I always do. I'm going to look at a bunch of brackets tonight, or in the next couple of days that people have filled out, so-called experts, right? And I'm going to look for the trends that I agree with and the trends I don't, and then go from there and just fill out my bracket and hope for the best. We still have to find somebody to actually set this fucking thing up, because the person who was going to do that is no longer with us. So any volunteers? We'll see. Coming up next, he's also it's just all Marine show. It's beautiful. I love it. He's the United States Marine Corps veteran, one of the most hated MOSs, at least one of my most hated MOSs. He was comms, always giving us bad batteries, wrong freaks, junk equipment, whatever, you name it. They were terrible. They weren't that bad. But he's also from the great state of Wisconsin. This is where I hail from. Please welcome to the ultimate competition known as Sport Church, the one and only Terrelldactyl. Oh fuck, I forgot to.
I took it a little easy because I seen you guys didn't get the headphones back.
I did do that.
Got me.
What's up, man? What's new? What's happening, baby?
Not much. I just got done doing some work upstairs, putting some shelves in my son's closet and stuff. So got a little project going on today. Talking about the basketball earlier, I seen Wisconsin had a big upset over Purdue yesterday in overtime to make the Big Ten tournament championship. So nice. That was a really good game to watch. Chucky Hepburn put a basket in with a tenth of a second in, I think. The backboard backboard lit up as it was going in. To force
son of a bitch and Chucky Hepburn.
Yeah, they would have been down by 3, but Zach Edey missed a free throw, so Wisconsin fall back with only being down 2, so they didn't need the 3 to force the overtime and held on to win it 76-75 in the overtime. It was a great game to watch.
Goddamn son of a bitch and Zach Edey missing free throws. I'll tell you what, the other game that caught my eye was that Wolfpack, the North Carolina State versus North Carolina, man. Woo.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're talking about the power teams. Oh, go ahead.
No, man, go ahead, T.
I was just gonna say, talking about some of the power teams, man. Duke is down for sure, though. As far as
got the ass kicked by North Carolina State. I'll tell you what, the thing that kept Duke in that game was North Carolina State kept shooting themselves in the foot by not making free throws. I watched that game. Otherwise, it wouldn't even have been as close. As close. I think one of their guards was like 2 for 7. 2 for 7 free throws at the end of the game, man. Just disgusting. It was almost a choke job, but There's too much fight in North Carolina State.
Right. Yeah. Duke, I don't know. They're gonna now that Coach K's gone, they gotta figure some things out.
Yeah,
Hey, I was reading something about Duke being maybe not this next year, but the year after, the year like 2 years upcoming. That's going to be one of like their best recruiting classes ever, supposedly. And think about some of the recruiting classes they've had.
Yeah,
supposedly.
Like we were talking with NIL, what does recruiting classes mean anymore? Because guys can just transfer. The transfer portal's a wild west now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
I mean, the one and done can't work. I mean, the last time we had a team put together to win a national championship, you mentioned Kentucky, right? I think that's one and done team that they actually kind of assembled to make that happen, man.
But there are only a couple of those guys on there were one and dones. They were the brothers. Remember the twins? They've been there for the whole time. They've been there for 3 years. I think it was their fourth years.
You're talking about 2012 Kentucky?
Yeah.
We had Anthony Davis. We had John Wall. Like all their starters, man, almost. There was another guy. The twin guards. Remember? Was that not 2012? That was 2012.
That was the year they lost to Wisconsin in the Final Four, right? When they played.
Man, they won the championship in 2012. Man.
All right, somebody look it
I'm
up.
Thinking
Anyways,
of the year when Sam Decker and Frank the Tank Kaminsky took them out.
Right.
That was a good team too.
Yeah. No. All right, we got to get Pops in here. We call him Pops because he's my Pops. He's been involved in auto racing most of his life. He's got about 50 years in the auto racing sphere. So I know of nobody else to talk at length and accurately as he can. So as the racing season heats up, so will Reverend Pops. Welcome to Sport Church.
Afternoon, folks.
What's up?
Why do I have two late? Anyway, that's beside the point. I'm cracking up. I'm sitting here in Kentucky, and I can't tell you what Kentucky did last year. So I don't know what's going on with the team. But anyway, I think the last 2 years we've been screwing around with the University of Louisville getting suspended and doing other stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a program that's never bounced
this
back
year
either.
Ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, they got forced to, they had to dismiss the coach. They had to dismiss 3 of the assistants. So that was total rebuild.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you do that, you don't have recruiting classes during those years because you're brand new. You got nothing to go on. So it's interesting. Louisville manages to screw themselves as often as possible.
Well, then now too, Patino's out at St. John's, and he was shitting on his team earlier this year.
Yeah.
This is the most unathletic group of players he's ever coached.
Tis wild. Anyway, we've had some racing this weekend. The NASCAR race, the Cup race, doesn't start till 3:00, so we'll be gone by then. The truck race did go last night, and it was interesting. Our guy, Ty Majeski, got crashed out about 2/3 of the way through, so he didn't do well this weekend again. So next weekend, we've got 2 races. We've got the Australian Grand Prix and the, I don't know what you want to call it, a profit-making race. They're going to pay $1 million to the IndyCar that wins the race at the, I can't remember what the name of the track is. It's a track made basically for amateur racers. No, I guess, well, anyway, it's a track built strictly for the residents, and they're all race car people that have their homes in the area. And NASCAR or IndyCar is going to go there and put on $1 million to win race. So it's going to be the next biggest race to the Indianapolis 500. And you ready for this? The bottom tier for tickets is $2,000. I mean,
Hmm.
you want to go sit in standing room only and pay $2,000, you're welcome. Other than that, it's expensive.
All right, let's get on with it now that we have everybody assembled as we usually do. Pook, what you got for me, baby, this week?
Well, last night there was a fight night. You had Marcin Tybura versus Teatu Ivasa. And Teatu Ivasa, I believe he just lost like 3 out of his last 4. He might actually be on a 4-loss streak. Let's take a look at that, even if he's on a 4. Yeah, I believe he's on a 4. Yeah. Lost a serial gain. Remember, after he knocked out Derek Lewis, he was ranked 5th. And lost a serial gain. Yeah.
He was shooting up the charts for a while there with drinking all the beer out of his shoes.
Out of the shoe and everything, and he's exciting. Everyone was he lost I mean, decent. He's lost a decent talent here. Cyril Gain, Plovich, Volkov, and now Tybura. Tybura got him with the rear naked choke. All the grappling exchanges favored Tybura. Tuivasa was a handful to fight on the feet, but shit, they were barely on their feet during this fight. Rear naked choke. That's how it ended. We did see OSP last night.
I didn't see that fight. That's when I left after the OSP fight to come back home.
Yeah, haven't seen him in a long time. Unless you got something to chime in on, not much to report on last night. Not exactly a star-studded event as we know.
No.
They just had their pay-per-view, their huge pay-per-view 2 weeks ago. We talked about that, reported on that. With I got my little Michael Venom page. I got my Michael Venom page fixed last week, along with got to see Poirier record a win. I mean, that was exciting. They kind of blew their load though for a while here until UFC 300. We got Rose. Rose is going to be fighting, I believe, next week, right? That's the 23rd.
Nice.
That's the 23rd. So Rose is going to be fighting. Your girlfriend's going to be back in action.
Oh, I love it.
So that's going to happen on the 23rd. There's not much else happening on that card as well, but that's going to be happening on the 23rd. We talked about UFC 300 a bit. Not much to talk about there. You know, I'd like to see someone else headlining it possibly, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, the Czech Samurai's coming back.
Who's that?
Yuri Prochink.
Oh yeah, that's my guy, man. Yeah, he's injured. Yeah, Porzingis.
Yeah, I think he's on the 300 card. Weren't they advertising that?
Yeah, I think he's going to be on that 300 card.
He's been gone for a while.
I could pull that. We pulled it up last week. I'm not too excited about it. We could pull that up and break that down a little bit. We could talk a little Tyson. You know, I sent Mini a little training montage, a few seconds long, but intense Mike Tyson. You know, what do you guys think about that fight? Is it going to be a real fight? Is it going to be an exhibition?
I hope so, man.
Be like, they trot him out there and they have him, you know, do a little heavy sparring, and then they raise both men's hands at the end, and there was no chance of a knockout ever. Do you think that's how it's going to go? A true exhibition, or do you think we're going to have?
Well, I think didn't I hear that Jake Paul's going to be wearing the headgear in there, and they're wearing
man, I don't believe it. I don't believe that.
What, he's wearing the headgear so he don't get his ear bit off, or what?
Man, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I thought I had heard that he's going to be wearing the headgear in there during the fight.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to do that. That ain't a good look, man. I don't think that's a good look for what they're trying to do. I don't, man. If they do
I don't know what are they trying to do.
I could have swore I heard that. I could have swore I heard that on the radio.
I'm not telling you that you're wrong. I'm not even telling you that the people that you heard this were wrong. I'm just telling you this just doesn't sound like it. It's not a bad optic for what they're trying to do. You don't agree with me? I mean.
Okay. No, well, since I heard that at the beginning of the week, now I guess there has been something that came out that says he is not going to be wearing headgear.
Yeah, I didn't think that was happening, bro.
I mean,
But
what
I
what
would
are they
never
trying
doubt
to do?
you
I haven't
that
figured out
someone
what they're
reported
trying to
to you.
do. Pook, what are they trying to do? You keep saying it doesn't look good for what they're trying to do. What are they trying to do?
They're trying to put on a spectacle, and if they're going to have Jake Paul wearing headgear, it's like, there's no chance of a knockout then almost. I mean, it
That's
don't
fair. That's
reduce.
what I'm saying. Although
Yeah,
I would
wanna
not
put on.
I would not put it past anyone not to wear earmuffs.
They're putting on
'cause
a
it was
facade.
It was originally reported that they were going to be wearing 18-ounce gloves and that Jake Paul was going to be wearing headgear, but apparently that's not true now, the latest I've seen on it.
This whole thing's a fugazi, I believe. I don't think it's a real fight. I really don't. I think it's gonna, but I could be wrong. Someone could get floored. Someone could get knocked out. And then, I got a buddy of mine. I was playing poker after work this morning, a few hours ago. I got a buddy of mine swears up and down that the Paul brothers are gonna pay Tyson to take a dive like they have all the other MMA fighters, and he believes it. So I don't know. Oh, you talk about being conspiratorial minded. I don't even go with that, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that
There's
Tyron
no way
Woodley
you
got
get
knocked
Tyson
out.
to take a dive. There's no way.
Well, what
There's
would
just
that
no
accomplish?
way.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Yeah.
It's generating this. This is generating a lot of talk, but I got people like I got my uncle from Kansas City who's a super casual sports fan, not even a fight fan. Was a couple years older than me, so he was when Mike Tyson was in his heyday. He was probably in his early 20s. He's texted me because he knows I do a little sports show. He's texted me about the fight. So you got like all these casuals chiming in. We like talking about it, and I think it's all bullshit too, and I still like talking about it. So I don't know, man.
It's not like you not liking bullshit.
Well, this is complete. I really believe
Shots
it's complete
fired.
bullshit, but we'll see. It's this is a sports truth. This is a sports church. We speak the truth here. Oh, let us proclaim the mysteries of loving complete bullshit and spreading more bullshit. Oh. Yeah, that's where we're at here anyway.
You guys saw the meme I sent into the one chat about what I thought of the fight with Glass Joe and Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, I actually did see that.
That takes me back.
Any other thoughts? Anything else coming up in MMA, man? We could talk. We could fill 2 hours just talking about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Yeah. You got to send me that link, though. Remember
what link?
The link so I can watch that
Talk
stuff.
to me?
The secret squirrel link.
I did, bro. I posted it for everybody last fight.
I didn't see it. All right, I'll look for
chat
it.
about freaking your the double doc scam man on the freaking whole thread. It was in there somewhere. But
we're not using those anymore. So
okay,
why aren't we using it anymore?
Because who set it up?
Who do you fucking think? Everything's got to be abandoned, and everything has to be started over again because of this. Everything. So
yeah. And I was a little busy Friday night, so I didn't get to check if one had any events going on. So I don't know if one had an event this weekend because
thank God, because you're gonna blindside me with all these. You're gonna blindside me with all these world-class athletes I have no idea even exist, and I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, that sounds good. Oh,
except for Mighty Mouse, I think he's still there.
Gotcha. Let me do a little baseball, Pook, if you're done.
I know if you. Nah, that's fine. Go ahead, man. Fire
away. All right. Some interesting things
baseball
happened this week. The Yankees got a bit of a setback with Garrett Cole having a strain. They don't think he needs Tommy John, but he's not going to throw for 12 weeks, which is half the season.
Yeah.
So right away, the Yankees named Nestor Cortez. Good luck with that. As their opening day starter. Some other cool things. Spencer Strider, the stud in Atlanta, the guy who wears tights. He wears tights. Those are not fucking pants. Those are tights to show off his quads. Homeboy picked up a pitch. So now you're just looking at a fastball slider. You're looking at a fastball slider, curveball, and rumor being that he's been messing around with a changeup as well. If he puts those together, that dude's going to be your Cy Young Award winner next year in the NL. Watch, just calling it right now.
Wait a minute. The addition of a changeup it's just gonna make him totally unbeatable.
He leads the fucking league in strikeouts.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then he develops another pitch. He's a 2-pitch pitcher.
Right.
Now he's 3.
Oh, okay.
Now he's 4. Now he throws 98. So drop 7 off of that for the slider, drop another 5 off of that for the curveball, and then add a changeup. Well, he has a changeup, but he only throws it to lefties, which it makes sense. If you throw a changeup to a right-handed batter and you throw 98, he's gonna hit it, and the family that gave birth to that ball is also going to die. It's just gonna get blasted. So the addition of the curveball, then the slider and the fastball, dude's gonna be nasty. I'm telling you, Cy Young Award winner next year. Yankee news, just because I want to embellish my friend who thinks I'm some kind of Yankee fanatic.
We know you are. We know you are. We know you love the Yankees. We know you love to hate them. Oh, you love to hate. Okay, all right.
I do love to hate them. They're giving out a George Costanza bobblehead.
There you go.
Which almost would make me want to go just to get that bobblehead. You watched Seinfeld for a while, George somehow got a job with the Yankees. And it was great when the old man would come in, allegedly the old man, George, just fucking hilarious. Loved it. But yeah, they're giving away a George Costanza bobblehead. The Cardinals gave Marmol, their manager, a extension, so he's not on the hot seat anymore, I guess. We'll see what the Cardinals do this year, though. Hopefully they don't win a game, but that's not likely. Fucking hate those Redbirds. And other news, like I said, we talked about Garrett Cole. That's pretty devastating to the Yankees. Jordan Montgomery, still unsigned. But Lucas Giolito of the Red Sox, who's probably going to be the opening day starter, he's gone. He hurt. So perhaps the Red Sox make a run at Montgomery. I think they absolutely almost have to at this point. I know the Red Sox don't want to win anymore. For some reason, their owner is absent. He doesn't want to spend money. Or the formula is suck for 4 years, compile a huge free agent team with some of your prospects, some of your homegrowns, and then win a World Series, deal everybody, suck for 4 or 5 years, and do it all over again. It seems to be what they're doing. But to be even remotely competitive, they're going to have to sign somebody like Jordan Montgomery. Baltimore only got better this year. The Yankees, they added Juan Soto, but losing Garrett Cole is the Blue Jays are still going to be meddling around there, but it pretty much it's the Orioles to win unless Boston does something that doesn't look like they're going to. Ian Snell still not signed. Latest rumors I dug up, he's being pursued by the Houston Astros, which is like fuck. Like the only place they could go to be worse than that would be the Dodgers. And after I would just like throw my hand up and not watch baseball next year if that happened. But the Houston Astros are probably making a huge run at him. Maybe he goes there, and of course the Astros will win their division again. They'll go to the ALCS again for what? It'll be like what 10 out of the last 11 years. Fucking ridiculous. Good for them. You're Houston Astros fans. You're loving it. Dun, 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 dun. But everybody else is fucking bored. With the Houston Astros and their trash banging asses. But we'll see.
Everybody forgets how bad they were when they were in the NL Central.
Yeah.
It's like that seems so long ago.
But they didn't have trash cans at National League Central.
They had 3 Hall of Famers on that team too. And they still sucked. Like Jesus. What else is going on here? For those who give a flying fuck, some chick is about to become MLB's first female umpire. So diversity. Yeah.
What we really need is a transgender umpire.
Oh, absolutely. No, transgender, non-binary. Yeah.
No doubt.
The fucking Dodgers have moved Mookie Betts more than oh god, give me the name of a moving company. Somebody help me out here. Yeah, Mookie Betts has moved more times than 2 guys in a truck. Now he is the starting shortstop for the fucking Dodgers. He's played left, he's played right, he's played center, he's played second, he's played short. Now he's short. So Mookie's gonna mook. He's a gangster. If you ever get a chance to check out his podcast, absolutely hilarious. I know exactly what this dude's gonna do when he's done playing ball. He's just gonna be that media guy.
Yep.
Gonna get buku bucks to do so too, because he's very, very charming and entertaining. He's just great. So Shohei's still hitting bombs in spring training. Most expensive DH. Actually, he's one of the cheapest DH because they deferred all that money. I think the Dodgers know that they're going to have that earthquake and it's going to break off from the state of California and the ocean's going to flood in and everybody's going to go into default and foreclosure anyways. So they won't have to pay Shohei the $68 million that they own because they deferred everything on that contract. So they're paying him $2 million a year to be a DH, which, hey. He recently got married.
Probably has something to do with
out of nowhere.
Probably has something to do with the direct energy weapons. They probably have knowledge of that. The people that own the Dodgers. What's going to happen in the future with that?
Maybe, and then maybe fucking ghosts might just fly off my ass.
No, that's not going to happen, bro.
Space.
All right, so
the chances of California being hit with the direct energy weapon are much greater than you getting ghosts flying out of your butt, bro. Much greater.
I disagree. You fucking.
You're delusional,
bro. Hat motherfucker.
You're delusional. The evidence and you're delusional.
I'm just drinking Jameson and trying to talk baseball, and all of a sudden lasers come up. Fucking.
You're
Jesus.
the one talking about the earthquake and everything. Yeah, maybe they might have some weather technology. But we definitely know about the wildfires. They can create the wildfires. So we'll see what they got cooked up.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
The space lasers are going to trigger the earthquake.
That could happen.
Oh, God. Can we fucking stop? I'm killing me. All right. So, a starter tracker. Who's going to start? Who's your games? Well, for the Diamondbacks, I'm going to be Mr. Zach Gallen. After getting young voting last year. Braves going to be Max Fried. Love that dude. That is going to be an interesting rotation because Max is still there. Charlie Morton, Chris Sale, Spencer Strider. If Chris Sale stays healthy, which he hasn't been able to.
Hey, your microphone's breaking up again.
It's bad.
Move your mic off
I thought it was my end.
I thought it was my internet.
It's bad. Yeah, me too. It's bad, bro.
It's coming to everybody. The
Is
last
it
sentence
now?
we didn't even hear. You're fine. It's
Is it better now?
You're talking. All of a sudden,
that's a lot better.
Yeah.
That's a lot better. You don't sound
All
like
right.
you're playing Pong.
Okay, cool. Apologize for that. Anyways, talking about the Braves rotation. Max Fried's going to start.
And there we go again.
What?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. If for one reason the volume is clipping you, it's not letting you get to the total volume you got. Yeah.
Sounds like an old school Atari, like the ball going back and forth.
How about now?
So far,
all right,
good.
shut up and
keep talking. We'll see.
All right. Can't get feedback from you if everybody's talking, right? All right. Does it sound right now?
No, it's still breaking up. Go to your settings and see if, what the heck is it called? Feedback. It's an option on settings. And audio. Click on audio and echo cancellation, maybe. Click that.
Settings where? Settings on my computer.
Make sure reduce mic background and stereo audio is not clipped. They're not chipped. So you should just have echo cancellation and automatically adjust mic volume.
Where?
Go into settings.
On my computer or on StreamYard?
Right now you sound good.
All right. So am I fine now?
Sound good now.
Yeah, you sound good right now.
All right.
Must have plugged in your mic, dude.
No, I just changed the how the thing picks up sound. This is all I hit a button.
Oh, that'll teach you.
Well, you're pressing all the right buttons now, Playboy. Get on with your setting.
I know.
That's what she said.
Hell yeah, it is.
All right, so let me get back to where I was. Talking about the Braves. Max Fried's going to be the opening day starter. Charlie Morton's there, Chris Sale, Spencer Strider. I talked about him earlier. If Sale can stay healthy, the Braves are going to go to playoffs and probably get bounced in the first round like they do the last couple of years. But I don't know. Hopefully not. I'd like to see the Braves win one, long as it's not at the cost of the Cubs. They could collide this year. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to get too much into the Cubs because there are a few teams down on the list, but they might be ready to make that move. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, I talked about the Orioles. Open day starter. They got him in a trade from the Cubs or from the Brewers. Corbin Burns is going to be the opening day starter. So, unfortunately, Kyle Bradish dealing with an elbow injury, which is never good. I don't know what that's going to do, but they did pick up Burns, so it might be a wash. The Orioles are still going to get better. They got a brand new owner as well, who is willing to spend some dough. So we'll see. Boston Red Sox, Chris Sale being traded, opened up the door for Lucas Giolito, but he's hurt. So who the fuck knows who's going to start for the Red Sox? The Cubs going to be Justin Steele. Finished 5th in Cy Young award voting last year, which is complete and utter bullshit. But he's going to be the opening day starter for sure. The White Sox, Dylan Cease has been traded, so who knows? They might pick some guy out from the stands with a mullet and sleeveless T-shirt because that's the White Sox. The Reds, Frankie Matas is going to be up in there. Hunter Green is there as well, but we'll see. I don't want to go through the whole list. Just a couple teams that I'm interested in. For the Brewers, of course, it's going to be Freddie Peralta. If he can stay healthy this year.
The Brewers have serious pitching problems this year, too, because Brandon Woodruff's going to be out probably the whole year. They signed him on that 2-year deal, and he's got to get the Tommy John surgery. And then they just found out this week that their closer, Devin Williams, has a broken back and is going to be gone for 6 months.
How the fuck did he break his back?
I think it was like stress fractures.
In his back?
Yeah.
In his spine?
One of his vertebrae has fractures in it, so he's probably not going to be playing until like August.
There's rumors that guy might be gay and someone blew his back out.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares. Know your fucking place, trash.
Where did that one come from?
I am never, ever going to get my dream guy on this show because of one person.
Who might that be?
I want to talk to Justin Havens from Baseball is Dead, which who knows what it's going to be because they just broke from DraftKings. Supposedly they're going to have a new podcast this week. So where I get all my baseball info from. And I love him, Justin Havens and Dallas Braden. I want to come on this show, but when this motherfucker drops shit like that, they're like, hey, here's a clip of the show. And they're like, yeah, never coming on that piece of shit.
This is a serious show.
This is not, but those are serious shows. They make money doing that. We do not.
I apologize. I take that back. It was a cheap way to get a laugh.
It was a fucking good laugh. It wasn't
rhyming me. I'm sure this gentleman is only half gay.
All right.
But what's half?
Does it fucking matter?
Does it
matter?
Well, he's obviously, if he got his back blown out, never mind.
The lower half.
Fucking
with the back blown.
Oh.
37.
I'm 37?
Going to class.
Oh my god. 37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
I mean, we're in the pond. We might as well just dive all the way into it, right?
Are you silly goose with me? Are you silly goose?
Oh God, man. Let's see. Oh, gotta get this out of the way. Everybody who knows that I'm the baseball guy, that I have a serious hatred for umpires.
No,
I don't care how hard the job is. Fuck you, it's your job. Do it right, and do it right consistently. At least be consistent. And a lot of these guys, not so consistent.
Come see, come saw.
two that I hate the most. He's been a thumbnail for the show, Phil Cuzzy.
Yeah.
Who I hope gets into a private jet with Rob Manfred and crashes into a mountain. The other one is Angel Hernandez.
No, really?
Cannot stand that dumb bitch. And he is fucking spring training already in the news daily.
Just because Angel Hernandez likes to lay down the law like Judge Judy, and you're a freaking nut hugger of pitchers. Okay, you're a pitching nut hugger. Doesn't mean that you got to take out your frustrations on poor Angel Hernandez. Who's just
Anyways.
What do you got?
Only a few weeks into spring training, but Angel Hernandez seems to be in midseason form.
In
case you don't know who he is, he's pretty much the most hated umpire in all of baseball. It isn't even really a debate at this point. This guy makes so many bad calls, calling strikes as balls, calling balls as strikes, and when anybody tries to argue with him, he just throws them out of the game. He's even garnered a reputation.
Get him out of there.
So bad that fans around the league make jokes
wow.
about him, and he's pretty much a laughingstock of the MLB. And the data shows he's the worst too. In 2023, Umpire Auditor, which tracks the performance of each umpire in the league, ranked him as the worst performing umpire. He made 161 bad calls in 10 games, and in one game last year, he recorded the worst strike zone accuracy in a single game over the past 5 years. Pretty much nobody wants him out there on the field, and sometimes I wonder if this guy actively tries to make baseball worse. But to be honest, at least he makes it more entertaining. He can't be fired because of the umpires union, and he even had the audacity to sue the MLB multiple times for not letting him umpire more high-profile games.
Hold on a second.
For not letting him umpire more entertaining. He can't be fired
that
because
one?
I wonder if this guy...
It's my last season. I know it's my last season. You know what I'm doing? It's September.
Sticking that bat somewhere.
Oh, I'm cracking him in the fucking legs with it, and then I'm beating him on the ground until 4 or 5 people pull me off. Fuck him.
Actively tries to make baseball worse. But to be honest, at least he makes it more entertaining. He can't be fired because of the umpires union, and he even had the audacity to sue the MLB multiple times for not letting him umpire more high-profile games. He did end up losing both times, and I wonder if he ever connected the dots between being a good umpire and getting higher-profile games to umpire. Anyways, in spring training so far, he's been making headlines again, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Lance Lynn was on the mound pitching against the Nationals, and he understandably didn't like some of the calls that Hernandez was making. So after one of his pitches was called a ball, he yelled out, "There's a strike," and he got thrown out immediately. Then the Cardinals manager came out and started complaining, which of course never works out. After some back and forth, Hernandez threw out the Cardinals manager, and it seemed like the game was going to start back up again. But Lynn went to the bullpen in the meantime to get some work in after his ejection because it's literally a spring training game. And when Hernandez noticed it, he sent out one of his umpires to eject him again from the bullpen. So he pretty much ejected Lynn twice from the game, and then Lynn gave him a little wave on his way out. But that wasn't the only thing that happened that game. Later on in the game, Jose Ferrer, one of the Nationals' young pitchers, went out to take the mound, and at first Hernandez told him that he couldn't use his glove, so he went back to the dugout. Then the Nationals manager, Dave Martinez, started talking to Hernandez, and eventually he let Ferrer come out to pitch. I don't know what Hernandez thought Ferrer might have been hiding in his glove. Like, dude, it's a spring training game. I don't think he has something tucked in his glove, and he probably isn't trying to get thrown out of a spring training game for cheating. To be honest, I'm more surprised by the fact that Hernandez didn't throw out Martinez for trying to explain to him that there was nothing wrong with his glove. If there's one thing that doesn't change about baseball, it's this guy making terrible calls every single year and pissing off the fans. I personally feel like there needs to be a better system to hold these umpires accountable. What do you think about Angel Hernandez? Over 99.
What do I think about him?
That first part of the video, they threw a guy who hit a home run out because they said he didn't touch third base. Is that what it was?
Which one?
The very first part of the video.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I mean, I could try and find the video again, but I kind of just closed that window.
That's fine. That's no big deal. It just, I've never seen that. And on my home run, and they got him for not touching the base.
Well, that's a common thing. You get like bang bang hits, and a guy stretches a double to a triple, or you get one of those rare fuck up infield home runs. You'll have guys get the ball, throw it, tap the bag, and look at the umpire and be like, "Yeah,
like, are we done now?"
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you'll get it. One of the last games I played in, I stretched a double into a triple, and I turned. I don't know how they think I did hit it, but I turned on the inside of the second base, slid into third, and was stopped by my left toe, big toe. That's how hard I went in, and that was the only thing still touching third base, and they threw to second and tapped the base just to see. And sometimes guys will miss it, and it's worth a shot. It's almost like a free out. Right. But yeah, Angel's still in there, and
thank God, man.
Yeah, thank God.
Somebody's got to
Well, I mean, you got to have outliers, right? You got to have like the best. And then you have Phil Cuzzy and Angel Hernandez, who are the biggest pieces of shit to ever be called MLB umpires. Yeah.
I mean, these guys, their games.
Can you imagine being on the crew with these guys? Especially Angel? Like, oh my God, who'd I get this week? Fucking Angel. Angel's a captain this week? Are you we gotta work. Fuck. I gotta work with this guy? Like, oh.
I mean, he is under intense scrutiny. All these games are being televised.
Every umpire. Stop making bullshit excuses.
And here
everybody's under scrutiny.
What I like about it,
and he's the worst under the scrutiny by fucking every metric that MLB and Statcast has. He is the worst umpire.
What I like about the guy
because they have a union. Fuck him. Fuck his.
What I like about the guy is he's not afraid to take on these prima donna pitchers and lay down the law with them.
Oh yeah,
I really like that. Yeah, and these
like
managers too. These mouthy managers. He's like, out. You're out of here. You're out of here. The guy reminds me of Judge Judy.
Well, they both probably have vaginas, so because Angel is a little touchy.
Gets a little emotional.
Oh well.
Yeah, he's just the biggest piece of shit in Major League Baseball, and they can't get rid of him because they have a union.
Well, he stands up for himself. He sued Major League Baseball. I heard that,
and lost every time.
Well, at least he'll stand up for himself.
Which means he's a vengeful, insecure little prick.
And willing to spend money to make other people
really
spend
hard.
money.
It's really hard for me to see your side of this when he's standing up against pitchers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you were that pitcher, you'd want to rip his fucking head off too. And
I couldn't believe that one,
half
one
those
ball
clips,
came all the way in from right field before it hit
those,
them. That was wild.
half those clips are batters being fucked as well, Pook. So I don't know where you're getting the pitcher angle.
Yeah, I know mistakes have been made. Mistakes were made, but I mean that's going to happen. That's going to happen. They have some time to time when you're an official. I mean,
you really got to back off. He's going to lose his head.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's going after Angel Hernandez, man.
You're just trolling and you're making yourself look like that guy.
I'm like wearing a waiter suit. I'm like wearing a tie.
Making
a bartender monkey.
Looks like a mint julep, actually. Looks like there's some mint leaves going in there. Yeah, this guy could die. I don't care. That guy as well. I mean, by the way, you're worth millions of dollars. Fix the fucking space in your teeth, you fuck.
It works for Strahan.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, but he's not a 300-pound 4-5 running defensive end, is he? Hall of Famer. No, he's a labor lawyer and not for the good guys. Yeah.
Who are the good guys in this situation?
That's actually Emperor Palpatine, if you didn't know.
All right, who are the good guys in this situation? It certainly isn't the pitchers.
It's the players. Hey, Pook, you ever had 90 in your side?
No, because I don't think
I
might have.
Because I can arrange it. I can arrange 90 in your side. I won't be throwing it.
Okay, well that's fine. I won't be batting either, and the guy batting will hit your 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
No, you'll be batting
right in your face. All right, that's what's gonna happen. Okay,
you'll be batting 90 right in the ribs. Boom.
I'm not batting. Oh, you're not gonna catch me dead in the batter's box. What more? Why would I bat? Oh, I'm gonna bat. What are you gonna put a gun to my head? Go bat, Luke. Oh, okay.
I'll put up something that if you can get
hey, I got a guy that's gonna throw 90 at you. Go bat, Pook. Well,
We'll make it fair. We'll put something up that you can't turn down to get in there. If you get a hit, you win said prize. All right. If you don't get a hit, then you take.
Bro, if the guy's just gonna throw bean balls at me, I'm not gonna.
No.
This is just nonsense.
Straight down the middle of the plate, fastballs at 90 miles an hour.
And
we'll give you 10 pitches. You get one hit, you win said prize. You don't, you take 90 in the ribs.
I wouldn't go for that.
I don't gotta do that.
No? Fucking pussy. I'll do it right before you because I've had it happen and it's horrible, but it is what it is. All right, wrapping it up.
Why would anyone do that?
Why?
How does that prove that you're not a pussy? I'm gonna get tagged with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, that proves you're not a pussy. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. What kind of crazy logic is that? That's just nonsense. That sounds like something some idiot that joined the Marine Corps would say when they're 18 years old, right? When they're 18 years old, ready to sign the contract. Okay. That's what that sounds like. Okay.
Here we go. Pook's gonna love this. One of the Yankees' best prospects coming up. Spencer Jones, they're calling him a lefty version of Aaron Judge. He's hitting some bombies in spring training, and he may come up with Juan Soto, Anthony Rizzo. There's 3 lefties right around. Then Aaron Judge. You mix those guys up, and it's going to be interesting for the Yankees this year if they can get for the second half of the season. And if they do, that dude's just going to go off because, he got half a year off, so that arm's pretty fucking fresh. Other than that, that's all I got. I'm going to take a smoke break.
I got one question. Who's going to go after Trevor Bauer, actually? Because he's out there and
fucking nobody.
Nobody. I seen he just did something with the Dodgers minor leaguers where he was still throwing 99 and striking all these Dodgers.
He's the potential Cy Young Award winner. Any team he fucking joins.
And
like he only got better in Japan. Japan only made him a better pitcher.
Yeah.
And he struggled at first, and he was up and down, but it made him a better pitcher. And
all those accusations from that girl were bullshit. So
from all the girls were bullshit.
Yeah.
All of them.
He shouldn't. That shit shouldn't be hanging over his head anymore.
Dude,
Somebody should go
the
sign
league,
him.
and the Dodgers and won. He won. He sued him and won. Like
I wish the Brewers would pick him up. I mean, we need a pitcher right now.
In the Cubs, I think he's perfect fit for Chicago.
Yeah,
him, Steele, and Imagaga. Oh, World Series, baby, or at least the NLCS until we run to the Braves. But we all know how the Braves do in the playoffs. I mean, they literally killed a cat. Riley. So,
shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd love to see him. I mean, dude's a gangster, and yeah, he likes a little rough play in the bedroom, but it was all consensual, and he's been cleared of everything. He's won lawsuits, and he should be in baseball. I have no idea why anybody won't pull the trigger on that. Just weather the storm. That's gonna last a whole news cycle, which today is about 30 seconds.
Right.
Everybody's going to be up. Everybody's going to call for boycotting. We've got to boycott the Cubs because they sound Trevor Bauer. He's a sexual. Well, actually, no, he's not.
He's not. He was cleared.
He was cleared. And you're an idiot. And you don't go watch. Neither do you watch Cubs games. Neither do you buy tickets. So we'll weather the storm. But the Cubs will be okay without you, pink-haired, non-binary, soy latte drinking cunt. We'll be all right. We'll be just fine because you don't come to the games or watch them anyway. So piss off. Stop being scared of people who yell on social media who are never been a part of your organization nor never supported it. It's ridiculous. But yeah. He needs to be signed.
What are you doing here, Mini, with this?
Don't troll me right now. I'm on fire.
LGBT rant.
Don't.
You're not an ally? What? You're not an ally, bro? You're not an ally.
Don't do it.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here? I had you people try to get a little track lead, not to jump around like a bunch of Kansas City faggots.
Hey, I was in Kansas City 2 weeks ago, and I was visiting my uncle, and all I could think about was that clip. Whenever I look at his face, everyone in...
Wow.
I'm not gay or nothing. I just kind of want to see these boys from Kansas City do a little dance.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
All right. Again, thanks for that. I did not even think about that, T. And that's a good point. What is going to happen to Trevor Bauer? Man, he should be on a team. The man did nothing wrong.
Yep.
And was steamrolled by MLB and the media. And it turned out all these bitches are liars. Oh, remember the phrase? They created the phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. That means hell has no fury. Cannot compare to a pissed off woman. So he does this and burns these chicks and kicks him to the curb. Like, hey, I'm done. Bye. It was fun. And they just, because they know who he is and they know he's high profile. He's got money. I'm going to get that money. Well, you should have thought of that before you let him put it in your ass.
I don't think, man, I haven't followed this maybe as much as you guys have, but I think this was a setup all the way, especially the one girl I know, right? Right?
It was. All the text messages and stuff proved
it. It wasn't like Trevor Bauer screwed this girl over and broke her heart and put it in her keister the way you're making it sound. It was like the other way around.
I'm sure he did.
Total setup from beginning to end. It was a total setup.
Probably. But again, he deserves to be on a team. He's a tremendous pitcher. Look, I mean, take a chance. Hey, look, we're going to bring you on. It's a 1-year deal. $20 million. Take it or leave it. Then we'll talk mid-season All-Star break about an extension and be serious about it.
Yeah.
And boom, I bet you hell yeah, I'll come back. He's also loving Japan. They love him there.
Yeah.
They love him there. He's a fucking stud.
Why did he leave the Reds? Do you remember?
because of when all this shit started.
All right. So the Reds just chickened out.
Major League Baseball basically chased them out.
Yeah. Just kept bouncing around, and finally they're like, we're done. You got to get out of here. You're bringing too much bad attention to us because a bunch of crazy bitches are making shit up about you or no, accusing you of things, allegedly. Fucking whatever. Anyways, moving on. Hopefully he fucking signs, but you know, he doesn't. He stays in Japan, still keeps making money. He's still getting paid on his MLB contract, by the way. He's still getting paid.
Why is he gotta work no, that's
and
perfect.
And he's getting paid in Japan. Probably not a lot, but you know.
How many years has he got left? What is he still with the Dodgers?
I think the deal's with the Dodgers.
And then what's he playing for Yokohama in Japan, I think?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. See with the Dodgers. Yeah, still he's got 1 year. He's still got 1 year left on that contract. It's worth $22.5 million. Yeah. Yeah, he started with the Diamondbacks. Then went to Cleveland.
Yeah.
For 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit, 4 years. 4 years. A brief stop with the Reds. Get $17 million that year.
A year with the Reds.
Yeah, he did. 1 year, $17.5 million. Then he went to the Dodgers for a 3 year, $102 million year. And he's on his last year of that, $22.5 million. So he's made close to what I would say $175 million ish.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. Does he have to come back? No. Does he want to? Yeah. But I bet he wants to go to a contender and not the Dallas Brain, the Oakland A's or the Anaheim Angels or the White Sox. Thank God for that. God, one prayer answered out of 3 million. At least you make the White Sox suck. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You're naming all the teams Angel Hernandez should be the umpires for.
Yes, absolutely.
For A's White Sox. Like,
what's up, Richie?
Not really a major league game. It's kind of a minor league game.
All right, boys. I'm gonna go take a smoke break. It's up to you who wants to take over, do their segment. But I'll be back in a few.
Well, T, what do you think about the basketball ranking so far? Have you been watching that yet?
Well, I've been watching I was watching the Big Ten tournament, so I watched that Wisconsin Purdue game, and then I was watching the beginning of Nebraska Illinois, and Nebraska was really taking it to Illinois. So unless Illinois had a big comeback in the second half, I think
Illinois won.
Illinois did win.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's Wisconsin and Illinois today. What is it? Did that game start already? Is that a noon tip or? I'm not even sure.
That starts today at 12:30 Pacific time. So.
Yeah. Oh,
Wisconsin, Illinois.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll have to check that one out later. Yeah, it was big that Purdue got knocked out, and I don't know what's going on in the Big East tournament. Is UConn still crushing everybody like they did in the regular season? Is the Big East tournament over with already?
I believe so. I believe they beat Marquette, unless they got another game today. I don't.
Yeah, and the thing with Marquette is their star Tyler Kolek has been out, so hopefully they get him back for the actual tournament. I mean, they might be able to get through day one of the tournament without him, but by day two, that's when you're gonna really start wanting to have him back. But yeah, Marquette could definitely be a threat once they're healthy again. Trying to think.
Wisconsin beat Purdue. Purdue was supposedly a number one pick. Was supposed to be the number one.
Yeah, pick. They'll still be a one seed.
They do this to me every year, Pops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Wisconsin really needed to have a big Big Ten tournament because the last month and a half they have dog shit terrible.
Yeah.
I think they've lost like 8 out of their last 10 games before the tournament started. They went from being number 6 in the country to being unranked because it started with the loss to Nebraska, and then they just played like shit down the stretch, but they've gotten everything figured out now that tournament's going for the Big Ten tournament. So good on them, I guess. But I mean, they still were going to be a tournament team, even if they didn't, even without making the deep tournament run. But this definitely helps because, yeah, earlier in the year they were really good, and then I don't know what happened. They just fell apart for a while. But they seem to have gotten things back together. But yeah, I guess I could go through a little bit of the playoff race in the NHL right now, and until Mini gets back. I wanted to write some more stuff about hockey. Got a little busy with a few things this weekend, so kind of threw a wrench and everything. But yeah, your Eastern Conference right now. In the Atlantic Division, your 1, 2, and 3 seeds. You got the Bruins on top with 95 points. The Florida Panthers are sitting on 94, and then the Maple Leafs are at 85. So they got the 3 spots in the Atlantic side of the division. In the Metropolitan Division, you got the Rangers on top at 92, the Carolina Hurricanes at 88, and they made a ton of free agent or trade moves before the deadline. So Hurricanes are loaded in for the playoffs, I think. And then the Philadelphia Flyers are in that 3 spot at 76 points. As far as the wild card goes, right now, Tampa Bay's sitting on the top wild card spot at 78. Detroit Red Wings are in the 2nd wild card spot, so looking to end their playoff drought that they've been in at 74 points. Still in the hunt, you got both the Washington Capitals and New York Islanders sitting at 73. The Buffalo Sabres at 69. The Jersey Devils at 68, and the Pittsburgh Penguins at 67. But the Penguins have been really down this year. And pretty much anybody below that is already eliminated. As far as the Western Conference goes, you got in the Central right now, the Colorado Avalanche and Dallas Stars are on the 1 and 2 spots, both with 91. And the Winnipeg Jets are in the 3 spot at 89 points. In the Pacific Division, you got the Vancouver Canucks leading at 92, with the Edmonton Oilers in the 2 at 84, and the Los Angeles Kings at 79 in the 3 spot. Your wild cards, the top wild card right now is the Nashville Predators, who went on a really big winning streak. They're their last 10 now. They're 8-0-2. So they're just putting points together every game they've been playing for, because they had like an 11 game point streak going last week already. So they're just on a crazy point streak right now, building up that resume. The defending Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights are in the 2nd wild card spot at 77, and then in the hunt you got the Minnesota Wild at 70.
Red Wings.
They're the number 2. They're the number 2 wild card in the East. I already did the East.
Okay, all right, awesome.
While you were gone, so they're still sitting in the 2 spot in the East. But yeah, in the hunt in the West, you got Minnesota at 74, St. Louis at 73. Calgary at 71, and Seattle at 68. And I wouldn't put any stock in any of the teams below there. Otherwise, in hockey, the Chicago Blackhawks are well out of it, but they are starting to get some play out of the number 1 draft pick they had this last year. He's still wearing the bubble helmet as he's coming back from that broken jaw injury when he had his head down and caught a shoulder right to the jaw, and you could tell immediately it was broken. But he had a 5-point game. Was it on Wednesday night, I believe? So Bedard still looks like he's the real deal. Kid's only 18 years old, so Chicago's going to have a high draft pick again. Might be the one. Might get the number 1 pick 2 years in a row. So
damn.
While Chicago's been down, they're building up some talent. So we'll see if in a couple of years but
Jerry Reinsdorf still owns that team, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, they're never going anywhere.
Yeah.
He also owns the
And-
White Sox. If you haven't picked up what I'm putting down,
and they won.
That's-
They won. The White Sox have
Or
won
actually-
championships. The Bulls have won championships. I mean, that's a stretch saying.
when's the
you'll
last
never
time the
win
Bulls
again.
won a championship, Pook?
Yeah, and that's
Phil Jackson was a coach.
All right. When was the last time the White Sox won the World Series?
What was Ozzie Guillen?
Early 2000s. Yes. Don't even have to get the date right. So that's 20 years ago. Been 30 years since the Bulls won. The Blackhawks won when? They won
2010 and
2010. So 13 years.
That's pretty successful for an owner. There's not a lot of owners.
No, I'm saying his successes in the
win.
past. No, it's over.
I mean, without me being a contrarian and trying to troll you, just make an honest argument. A lot of owners never win anything.
Yeah, that's why they suck.
Well, most owners do suck. I mean, Reinsdorf is gone.
I think 2013 the Blackhawks also won the cup over the Lightning there, so I think that might have been their last one. Because they went on that streak there for a while where it was like every other year it was the Kings and the Blackhawks winning the cup. There was like a 6-year span there where it like rotated between the Kings and the Blackhawks.
Gotcha.
Because I think they had like 3 cups in like 6 years at one point there. That was when my kids were getting into hockey, so my son liked the Blackhawks at that point.
Keep going, T. Sorry to interrupt you, man.
Oh, no problem. Like I said, I don't got a whole lot actually on hockey because I kind of got busy this weekend with a few things. Go figure. So I wanted to have more. But yeah, I guess we got TJ Oshie starting in his 1000th NHL game. So there's a milestone there.
Nice.
Good for him. That's actually Oshie's a big reason how my kids got into hockey because if you remember back during the Russia Olympics, the U.S. was playing Russia and they went into the shootout and they didn't have a rule on how many times you could rotate guys into the lineup. So like every other shot from the U.S. team was coming from TJ Oshie when he was facing Bobrovsky in that game. And won like 8 rounds and eventually the U.S. came out on top. But yeah, the kids are sitting there cheering and we're going, TJ Oshie, TJ Oshie, TJ Oshie, 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 go. We were cheering on the couch. That's how the kids got into hockey. So I like that guy. Go. Even though he's a North Dakota.
He created a monster. Monsters. Yeah. Gotcha.
But yeah, unfortunately, I don't got a whole lot on the NHL this week. Oh, well, I guess also we got the women's college Frozen Fours set. I forgot about that. Ohio State will be has got the 1 seed. They're playing Clarkson, and Wisconsin's got the 2 seed. They'll be playing Colgate. That's your Final Four for the women's hockey tournament. And that'll be going on in Durham, New Hampshire later this week.
Cool beans. You got anything else for college basketball? Anybody got that locked down, or we just go straight to Pops and figure out the college basketball later?
Yeah, they got to make their picks, and then we get the grid out, and you guys make your picks, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right, well, Pops, go ahead, do your segment, and then we'll figure out who's gonna.
Very, very little because we're almost 3 hours into this, or 2 hours into it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got NFL
one
free
of the things
agency.
I find remarkable
we don't want to talk about that. We do not want to talk about NFL free agency. We do not want to talk about that.
Yeah, we do. All right, go ahead, Pops.
Anyway, Josh Berry coming right out of super late models, was the driver for JR Motorsports, Junior Motorsports, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team. It moved right from the super late models and into the Cup, and now he's sitting second in the lineup for today's race. So it's kind of remarkable to see a guy jump, not go to Xfinity or go to trucks first. Josh is making the move straight into Cup, which is kind of wild to see. Heck of a driver, and he's got a shot today. So it's going to be a unique race when you have that going on. A lot of younger kids moved up this year, and like Josh Berry came out of nowhere. Josh is 33 years old, so he's not like a newcomer. He's been racing his whole life, and basically been I basically been sponsored and run on teams run by Dale Jr. So it was kind of unique to see him make the jump away from JR Motorsports and over to Tony Stewart's team, and brought his sponsor with him, which is Junior's major sponsor in his racing. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that comes about, or how it works out, because rarely are you able to move a sponsor like that. But he's got the Sunny D sponsorship, which is, like I said, anytime Junior races, that's the sponsorship he has, and has been that way for any number of years. So that one is kind of unique. In F1, I don't understand this at all, but the continuing investigation of the I don't know how you want to describe it. I can get to that page. I'm sorry. Well, we'll do it this way. Different. Christian Horner. That's right. The investigation of Christian Horner has had all kinds of repercussions. Ford Motor Company was going to come on as a major sponsor for Red Bull in 2026. But because of this investigation dragging on so long and poorly handled by Ford, or Ford said it was being poorly handled, and they were all upset and wanted to get it clarified. Well, now a month later, Christian was exonerated, and we're waiting to see whether there's going to be an appeal of that, and we'll hear that when it gets time to go to Australia next week. This part is kind of weird. The people that run Formula One now, ever since Bernie Ecclestone sold out for a couple $2 billion, is now looking at investing in two-wheel racing, and they're looking to buy like $3 billion sanctioning body of motorcycle racing. So it's not like they're hurting for cash. I just don't know how they got this whole thing straightened out legally with Christian Horner, because it's a, I don't know what you want to call it. It's ugly in that Verstappen and the senior member of Red Bull saying, look, if you keep Christian, we're out of here. Now, Toto Wolff is the manager of Mercedes, and he says, you know what? If you're leaving Red Bull, come on over. So the Red Bull has got their hands full trying to figure out what the hell's going to go on from here. So by next week, probably by Thursday of next week, we'll know what the hell's going on, and whether the lady that filed the charges against Christian is gonna refile or debate the decision. So we'll have to see what that comes up next week. Like I said, is at the sportsman track for IndyCar, and Australia Grand Prix for the Grand Prix guys. I guess that's the way to describe it. And today we'll see what the heck the guys can do. Again, they're running at Bristol. And so that, as much as I don't like the racing at Talladega or Daytona, because it's just a crash fest. When you think back about it, the race at Bristol is a crash fest. I think there's more cars eliminated by crashing at Bristol than there are at Daytona. So that's what we're seeing later today. And next week, we got that to look forward to. Oh, and they have reduced the ticket prices at the track today. They're down to $500 for all 3 days. That's practice day, qualifying day, and race day. Which is really from the $2,000 they were asking at the beginning. Now there are no grandstands, so it's all strictly standing room only. So I don't know.
Just cool into the mouth. Nice.
Okay, I surrender. I think we've.
Mini, why you got all these weirdos, man? Why are you loose for weirdos, dude?
You mean you guys?
Weirdos? No, I'm talking about this.
All his videos kind of fit right in here. So,
dude with that bull haircut with the wow, that guy's a weird
fucking shit.
Don't give me buttons.
Weirdo.
Don't give me buttons. Okay.
Don't give me buttons. Don't give me buttons. All right, NFL free agency. What do you got for me, T? I mean, there's some obvious things out there, but do you got anything you want to concentrate on?
Right off the bat, I'm guessing the reason Pook didn't want to talk about it was Justin Fields going for only a 6th rounder to the Steelers, conditionally maybe a 4th.
Talk about disrespect, bro. Let's get rid of our best player on our team. For
best
for
player
a bag
on
of beans.
You know how sad that is? That statement you just said, the best player on your team.
Let's sell the family cow for a bag of beans.
Pook, you got Keenan Allen now. I mean, I don't know who's going to throw to him. Maybe some dude in the stands. But
I mean, they're planning on taking Caleb Williams with the first.
Man, I wish I could
just take the boy and throw him right into the fire. I guess he's either going to make it or he's not, you know?
I mean, if
I'm betting on not.
You couldn't get what you wanted. They wanted to get like at least a 2nd round pick for him. If you can't get that, I don't know why they're trading Justin Fields away. I know Caleb Williams at the combine and stuff. He doesn't want it to be a 2-quarterback system. He wants to be the guy coming into there. But that's where management has to step in and say,
he's a young idiot.
Yeah,
he's a young
idiot.
That's
where management's got to come in and say, no. You're going to earn your spot because
there's a bunch of retards in the front office of
the Bears. The Bears don't exactly have a good track record of quarterbacks, and if this guy turns out to be a bust, they just traded away a guy that might be better. Probably
it's been almost 40 years. 40 years since they won a fucking Super Bowl and had a quarterback that was mildly competent, and I mean mildly at best.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, that
defense
was that fucking that defense and old Sweetness won that Super Bowl. It wasn't Jim McMahon. He was just making sure it didn't fall apart.
You and the sports writers can go to hell with your nonsense about Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon was a winner. Jim McMahon would audible. He would audible in the plays. He'd get in trouble with Coach Ditka, and he'd win ball games. And I don't know.
Walter Payton had nothing to do with that.
Well, Walter Payton was amazing. It takes a team to win the damn game, bro. I mean, Jim McMahon was a little bit more than a game manager. He was a playmaker.
We're talking
every
about
quarterback
the 1980s.
is a game manager. You fuck. Every quarterback's a game manager. That's their fucking job. Yes or no?
Yeah. I said he was more than just a game manager. You're not listening to words. See, here's the problem, Minnie. You're listening to skill. You got to listen to what I say. I said he was more than just a game manager. He was a playmaker. And then you're coming at me, every quarterback's a game manager. Ah, what are you saying? Are you trying to say every quarterback is a game manager? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on here.
That's what she said.
I'm just saying, having to pull up Jim McMahon, you got to go back to the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really like Justin Fields a lot, and
well, he gone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and now the Steelers got Fields and Russell Wilson. So they picked him up on the minimum from the Broncos. So
yeah,
he's going to bench Russell Wilson too.
Are they, or do they start? If they start Russell Wilson,
they're starting Russell Wilson.
Yeah, if they start
Russell management right now, as of right now, they're starting Russell Wilson. I'm saying during the season, at some point, my guy is going to bench no good, low lifing, over the hill, broken down freaking spent Russell Wilson.
Okay, because that draft pick that the Bears get depends on how that is depending on how many snaps that field starts in. So is it going to be a 6 or is it going to be a 4th at the Bears?
Well, when Russell Wilson goes down, because he always does, when Russell Wilson goes down and then Fields just starts performing and winning games, they're going to have to kind of keep him. And so maybe it might be a 4th rounder.
So maybe you get your 4th rounder out of it.
Maybe.
Right. Yeah, you want to at least get a day 2 pick.
That's terrible anyway. It's terrible anyway. This is terrible.
All right, let's move on. Come on. T's got some more free agency stuff. Let's go.
All right.
Let's wrap this show.
Then within the NFC North, you had the Packers picked up Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney, which usually the Packers aren't too active during free agency. So I was kind of surprised to see him go out and actually get guys. Josh Jacobs is a little bit of an upgrade from Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones. I'm going to hate the fact that he's gone now because they cut Aaron Jones after signing Josh Jacobs, and then they brought A.J. Dillon back. But Jones is getting close to 30, and he was this injury plagued last year. When he's available, he's a great running back. But you're upgrading a little bit on skill. Josh Jacobs he leads the league on making people miss tackles, and he's only 26 years old, so gonna have him for a while. And Xavier McKinney was the top. Man. Xavier McKinney was the top safety on the market, and the Packers desperately needed a safety, especially when you look back at that San Francisco game in the playoffs, and Savage, who they ended up getting rid of now, dropped one that was right in his chest that would have been a pick 6 and could have been the difference in that game. So I like those moves. They did let Aaron Jones go, and the day after he signed with another NFC North team, the Minnesota Vikings.
Why are you picking up our fucking leftovers, Minnesota?
Minnesota does that all right? So
I know, right?
What it is. And like I said, I love Aaron Jones, but I'm gonna be cheering against him pretty hard when Minnesota
for sure.
So
fuck him.
He's what it is.
He's the enemy now.
Nothing personal. Now. And then, what is Minnesota going to do at quarterback? Because they signed Sam Darnold. And they let Kirk Cousins walk with that. Took that $180 million contract down
to Atlanta. Yeah,
Atlanta's gonna be tough now because they've been missing a quarterback for a while. They got some talent on that team, but they've just been dog shit at quarterback. So Atlanta's gonna be good. Those are the big trades. Those are the big free agency moves that caught my eye. You do got DeAndre Swift leaving. Philly, you got Saquon Barkley went then and took that
how about a big fuck you to New York? I'm gonna go to Philly, bitches. Like, it's hilarious.
They were willing to pay him.
I'm telling you, I'm sure a lot of people were willing to pay Saquon Barkley, but he's like, where can I go to a competitive team that will absolutely fuck the Giants and show how stupid they are? Oh, Philly. All right, that works. Yeah. Hey, can you meet this? Can you meet this number? Oh, we'll meet that number. Okay, I'm gonna go play for you and fuck the Giants every game. Just watch him. He's gonna set an NFL record this year for single game rushing yards or total yards or something like that against the Giants. That dude's gonna go off. Like off.
Yeah, he's another guy. He's another guy, though. He's had his injuries in the past, so you got to worry about that.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I drafted him with the number 1 overall pick like 4 years ago, and fucking he blew his knee out, and it's
so
funny.
We'll see how it works.
Yeah, a couple of those out there, like Seahawks got quarterback Sam Howell. Like I said earlier, the Bears got Keenan Allen. Panthers made a move for Deontay Johnson. All right, so cool there. Baker Mayfield signed a $110 million or $100 million extension. Yeah, with Tampa Bay. So it turns out, he doesn't suck. It just you play for Cleveland and everything's going to turn to shit. So just don't go to Cleveland like ever for any reason. Even the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when you got pop stars just fucking every year getting thrown in there. It's not rock and roll. Rock and roll is rock and roll. Get together, Cleveland. By the way, why'd you name your team rename your team after a fucking stupid bridge in your town. Fucking what the fuck is wrong with you? The Indians is offensive. Do you even know why they were called the Indians? Because they were the first team in Major League Baseball history to have Native Americans on their team. And they're like, hey, shit, Spiders is kind of cheesy. We got all these Indians. Why don't we just name it Indian? And that's a win.
And Spiders would have been better than Guardians.
Spiders, when they went back to the Spiders, I've been like, fine, whatever. All right, I can deal with that.
I mean, I met some of these yokels from Cleveland. I've worked with some of them because I guess they got a decent sized casino in Cleveland, and so I'm working with some of the dealers from Cleveland, and a lot of them really like that name, the Guardian, because it has the
bridge.
The bridge, yeah, the Guardians on the bridge, and it's really a part of Cleveland, and it's kind of like an inside thing. But yeah, I don't think this is really, like, we've talked about this a lot. Like, I think the only people that the Indians' name was really pissing off were white liberals.
Yeah.
I don't think it had anything to do with, like,
somebody finally said it.
affluent white female liberals.
This changing mascot thing all started with some
stupid
white professor at Marquette that got him to change from the Warriors
the
to
Golden Knights,
the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, and is the world a better place now because of all that?
Because
all those problems solved, all those wrongs righted? No.
It don't even have to be, like, if your name's a warrior, it don't even have to be an Indian warrior. It could be any warrior.
There was some professor at Marquette.
It could be UT. You could be an amphibious warrior.
Yeah. Marquette's old logo was an Indian head with the feather and everything. Yeah. So that's why he got mad at it.
I mean, change the logo then. Make it a guy with the M60 from Vietnam and shit.
There you go. Oh, no, don't get Vietnam. That's too controversial.
And that's why I said you got to make it the Cleveland Musketeers.
There you go.
No one's going to argue that.
All right, final thoughts, boys. Let's wrap it up. First off, Pook. What you got for us?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, we got these fighting Irishmen, and I've been a fan of them for years and years now. And ain't no Irishmen's getting upset, and ain't nobody crying for no Irishman anyway about this. Anyway, you can name all you want.
Hey.
Ain't no upset. I'm gonna wear the gear, as a matter of fact. So that's how I feel about this. I mean, I knew a lot of Indians that. They loved the Chief Oahu character. They were wearing the hats and stuff. People that I worked for their tribe. The younger Indians would wear the logo. And from what I've talked to, Redneck Pimp King, man, he's a good half Indian, I guess, and he don't have no problem with these names. It's like you were talking about. You said a professor at a school. That's normally where the freaking piled high and deep, PhD, right? We know that. That's normally where this all comes from, is freaking from the universities and even from above them. So it's all a bunch of garbage. Paint your roof blue. Pook's out.
All right, T, what you got, man?
Yes, paint your roof blue. Definitely do that. Don't need no space lasers coming down and causing earthquakes by your house.
Don't let it happen. The earthquake's fire damage.
Other than that, good getting together with you boys. We'll have some changes coming in the future, so we'll let people know what's going on that. And till next time.
All right. Remember, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There's plenty of resources out there. I understand it's difficult. It's not necessarily in our nature to ask for help, but when you're at that point, you need to. And look, if you're in the depths of it, it's pain, it's depression, it's pain and depression. I'm a member. You just play it like boot camp, baby. Make it to chow, make it to lunch, make it to dinner, make it to lights out. Get the next day and do it over and over again, because you're valuable. We need all of you here. You're very precious. This community is very small. And if shit ever hitteth the faneth, it's not going to be Karen that's going to save your neighborhood or your suburb. It's going to be the fucking old crusty salty dog veterans they're going to rally together and protect you. So hang in there. Pops, what you got before we call it?
I'm going to make a suggestion. You guys listen to it and think about it for Tuesday's meeting. We're going to stay on this network for next week, and we'll announce where we're going in the future. So in other words, people that normally look into this got a place to come to, and we can broadcast with the new place.
We'll see. We'll talk about it on Tuesday for sure. Without further ado, thank you all for listening, tuning in, share us out. Remember, we're live on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. That's going to be changing how we're coming out and the name of the network in the next week or so. But it'll still be Sports Church. It'll still be all these fucking.
Hey, how come no one's wearing green?
Oh. Well, Vinny's got the.
Man, I want to get my ass pinched. Is what I want. I want to be pinched by some girl. That's what I'm doing.
You better get pinched by your girl.
I better get pinched by my girl.
I'm just saying. She looks. You tend to. I used to think I used to date. But Pook, you've had some special ones, man. You've had some little stabby. They were a little stabby. And so I hope this one is a change. It's a change. Like your third. This is your third. I'm on my third. So my third, I hit it. I found what I needed. Not necessarily what I wanted, but what I needed. Got a little bit of want, a lot of need. So I hope this girl is a lot of need and a little bit of want, and not so stabby and whatnot, or throwing engagement rings out the window on I-5 or anything like that.
Hey, quit bringing up freaking crazy shit for 25 years ago. Number one, you don't worry about Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie's a sweet lady. Okay, she's very sweet. All right, don't worry about this. Okay, we're good.
I'll determine that when I meet her before you get married.
Very sweet.
All right. Oh God! Very now John can have another kid.
No. I don't know. I might be able to break through an IUD in the desert. I don't know. The desert makes me randy, man. Desert. You combine the desert and a wedding, and I make babies. That's what I do.
Every time you say you get randy, I got the Austin Powers theme song in my head.
All right, boys. Wow. Let's do this.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.